Now, I wouldn't be me if I didn't gloat a little bit. Now, what's it now? All I'm going to say is OG, CC. Really? What is it now, y'all? Let's go.
And I'm like, come on through, Corky. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie?
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for season 8, episode 8 of Basketball Wives LA. Okay, so dig this. I'm just going to go right in because there was a movement that people were trying to start last week. Okay. And I was like, if y'all don't get out of my face with that foolishness, have you noticed my skin complexion? Have you noticed it? Have you been watching me for a while? If you haven't been watching me for a while, then I'll give you permission to click out and go to my channel and just pull a handful. I have over 2,000 videos over there. Pull a handful of videos and see if when you get to the end of those videos, do you ever feel as though I have colorism issues? Have never had them. Baby, my melanin pops, okay? It pops. I've never had a problem with it. I don't think that light skin is the end all be all. I don't think that dark skin is the end all be all. When it comes to my children, I got one light one and I got one dark one. And I don't love one more than I love the other. I love them both. I have lighter skinned people in my family and I have darker skinned people in my family. I don't love or hate them more than the other. I do them both the same way. I cuss both of their asses out. You understand? There's no colorism issues with me. So to even try to approach me with that foolish, oh, you think OG's ugly because she's got strong features. You ain't never paid attention to my features? You see this? It's strong too. You see these? They strong. So get out of here with that garbage. Ugly to me is just that. It's ugly. If you're not attractive to me, and it's not even just unattractive, there's things about OG, she's just ugly to me. One, she's not attractive to me. And two, I don't like her attitude either. So when I said little ugly, I meant it. I meant it. And it had nothing to do with her African roots. It had nothing to do with the color of her skin. It had nothing to do with the texture of her hair. Who the hell even knows what the texture of her hair is? Because she wears fucked up wigs. So who even knows what the texture of her hair is? So don't play the color card with me, okay? Stop it. Stop it. Stop trying to find a reason to argue with me and just listen to what I have to say about the show. Either agree or disagree, but don't make up stuff. It's sad. Now let's get down to our show. And in this episode, it wasn't just me. Baby, they call her ugly. Flat out. Ugly. Ugly. That was the word they used, ugly. Okay, so it's not just me. I'm not the only one that looks at her and finds her to be, okay? Anyway. So, first things first. Shawnee and Miles crack me up. Whenever they get to talking to each other, it's just funny. Miles seems like that child that has grown up and is the friend. Like she has a friendship with Miles, but he's still her child, but it's not, convoluted or anything. But he's her friend. Like they get along. I think they get a lot in common. Like I'll say, me and my god sister got into a nice little spat. because I had said that my brother, and not Chet, I have an actual little brother. My brother is my mother's favorite. And when you say that, it doesn't, it's people just jump in, and it may just have to do with their upbringing or how what their childhood was or whatever. But they automatically think when you say that a child is the favorite, that it's an issue. And my god sister jumped right into that. She got all defensive, and I'm like, this has to do with me, my brother, and my mother, the three of us. It ain't got shit to do with you. I don't know why you're all defensive. And basically, you kind of need to mind your business right now and listen to what I'm saying. And if it's something I'm saying about my mother and my brother and me, then you just listen to it and shut up. You know what I mean? But she got all, your mother doesn't have a favorite, this, that, that. So now all of a sudden, you know my mother better than I know her? Last I checked, when I look in the mirror, I'm looking at the mirror image of my mother. I don't know how you got to know my mother better than I do. I promise you, you don't. And when I say that my mother has a favorite of the two of us, she does. Now, she does not love one of us more than she loves the other. My mother loves us equally across the board. Absolutely. And that's never been an issue. We didn't have that issue in our house. But when you get down to it, at the end of the day, my brother and my mother are completely equally yoked as far as the things they like, the things they like to do, their conversations. Me and my mother are close, but they are closer. They are actually friends. They are alike. They see a lot of things alike. And it's more than me. She enjoys her time with him. We are different. They are more alike than her and I. It's not a negative. I don't view it as a negative. When I say he's her favorite, it's because he is. And he's the baby. Okay? He is. Is what it is. So, that's kind of what I see with Miles and Shawnee. They really have like a vibe, you know what I mean? So it's always funny to see them two interact, and baby she got to telling her about Sharif, since he had this open heart surgery and all of this. She's saying, about him getting excited and his blood, you know, you know, is his blood circulating right, and is he, overexerting himself, and how is he handling all that? Because and that was all leading up to whether or not he was going to be able to go back and play basketball. And that damn Miles was like, "Oh, trust me, his blood is circulating just fine." And he was basically hinting at all of the sex that Sharif was having, and she was like, "Ooh." So I was like laughing at them. It was hilarious. And they are every scene that Shawnee is in, other than the business scenes. Like when they got together and they were talking about starting the weed business. That was very interesting to watch. It looked like two friends getting into the business, and Shawnee was the friend that got all the money. You know what I mean? So I just like the interaction with Shawnee and Miles. I just like it. And then he, of her children, I think is like her favorite. And it is what it is. And they do think alike. But yeah, so she has that. She has her weed company, is doing really well. Then the real estate business. She has this real estate business now. She just bought another house, and everything with that is going really well. So good for you, Shawnee. That was really cool. And then we look up to we see that goddamn Tammy. Tammy that went down to see Yo Yo. I was glad to see Yo Yo. Because we don't see Yo Yo that much. You can't play with my Yo Yo. I used to really like Yo Yo. Don't try to play me out. Don't try to play me out. Yo Yo was the shit back in the day. She really was. She looked good too. I was like, check out Yo Yo. And she went down to talk to her because she'd been working with Jazz. And she said, I came down because I came to talk to you about me. I want to, work on me, and I'm trying to develop this alter ego. And her name is Tatiana Trill. And I was like, okay, all right, Tammy. And I wasn't really taking her that serious until, she had worked with, she was just kicking some things around with Yo Yo, and they were just like playing around with some lyrics. And Yo Yo was like, it was so right off the dome. She's like, try this kind of thing. So I was like, all excited, like, yeah, girl. Then I started taking it serious when she went to see Malaysia about the whole dance thing. And of course, Malaysia used to do videos. She was a video vixen for a little bit of time. And she talked more about, again, it made sense when she was saying how the alter ego is really an alter. I understood it because I do have an alter ego. And when you see me be Milan, it is completely different than James. Having a conversation with Milan is completely different than James. Now, I never looked at it as like acting, like Tam, because when Tammy was saying, I'm an actress, I'm a fierce actress, and everybody knows that, I'm like, okay. And she's like, and it is acting. And she's literally from the UK and this, that, and the other. And then, I was like, well, I said, okay, Tammy, I get it. I get it. It's not another talent that you're just tapping into. It's a talent, but you're really going all the way over there. You have really thought this out. And I get, it's the same thing I do. It's the exact same thing I do, but I've never actually thought it out like that to explain to you, okay, this is Milan, and this is how I view her, and this is where she would have come from. I never really thought it all out like that. It's just like when I get all the way dressed, I literally go through a transformation, and my persona is different. I don't talk the same. I don't, I see things the same, but I don't react the same. I don't. I don't react the same. And there is definitely a softer edge to Milan because, one, she's female and James is male. So it's the same thing. So I got it. What Tammy was talking about, I got it. I was like, interesting. So she got this whole Tatiana Trill thing going. And she was really into it. She really into it. And Malaysia was showing her some dance stuff, doing these splits. She was like, bitch, she's like, that's cute. But the way my hamstring is set up, girl, it made me some half splits. So that was real funny. I was like laughing at that. And then Malaysia had veered off and told her, I don't want to make things better with Jen. And Tammy agreed. Said, I don't either. And I'm here for it. Like, I'm so here for, like, fuck Jen. Jen is ridiculous. And I was like, Evelyn, good luck. Good luck. Jen is a messy bitch. And she gonna do something else. And she was right back into some more stuff this episode. We're gonna talk about it anyway. Let's move on. Kristen, Evelyn, and Jennifer was actually sitting down. And this is when some tea come out. Kristen, and I see you, Kristen. Kristen now actually has these receipts that she wants to drop on OG because OG is settled and OG is in and saying, I don't give a shit what y'all say. You bitches ain't shit. Cece is my friend and I don't trust none of y'all. But Kristen actually said, I have receipts from back when I was pissed off with OG when we first met OG. And Cece was talking shit on OG. And I got the receipts. I got text messages in my phone. I said, oh, here we go with the text messages in the phone. Cece said that OG was ugly. She's funny looking. And she wears weird shit. And if I was arguing with her, I would have called her a man. Sound like a friend? See, I told you all. See, I usually try to stay out of the I told you so, but this show just brings it right up out of my crawl, honey. I told y'all. That Cece is a goddamn snake. She been out of order all this time, and y'all been trying to argue with me about Cece. So now what? Now Cece then called her ugly. She called her ugly, says she funny looking, she wear weird shit, and she would have called her a man. And she also, like I said before, she done put that battery in her back. Her and Byron's punk ass put that battery in her back and got her all out there in the street, windmilling for them. And meanwhile, now she got it in her phone where she done called this bitch ugly. Yeah, great friend. That's what you need. 2 or 3 of them if you want to really go to the crazy house, Eddie. You need friends like that in your life. Child, get on out of here. Anyway, so they like, girl, it's time to expose her. And everybody's invited to go to Tammy's. Everybody's invited to go to Phoebe's show. Phoebe is going to do like a single release or something, and there's going to be like some talent scouts and different things and some record execs there. So they're like, well, it's going down at Phoebe's shit. You gonna expose her, and Kristen's like, I don't know when I want to do it. Kristen, you're messy. You're messy as hell, and you kind of a punk too. You kind of a punk, but whatever. So anyway, we go through all of that. Let's go on over here to Phoebe's show. At Phoebe's show, we actually met Phoebe's sister and her cousin had come in town, and they were telling her how proud they were of her. Evelyn's not going to be at the show. She had somewhere she had to go. So all that happened. Let's go on over to Phoebe's little shebang. Baby, we get in there, and that damn Jen was like so into this whole little thing. Oh, wait, I gotta go back. Tammy and Jackie and OG got together. And that's when there was the whole invite, and Jackie's ass was sitting there, and they were making sure that OG was going to definitely come to Phoebe's thing. And I thought that was crazy. Like, why would y'all even be trying to push for OG to come to Phoebe's event knowing that they ain't getting along? Y'all shady. But I'm watching Jackie. I got my eye on Jackie because we've been like chilling with Jackie. Jackie, I got my eye on you, and I don't know if you're not getting enough scenes in, but I see you becoming a messy bitch right up in front of my eyes. You're sliding back into the old Jackie Christie, which was a messy bitch that had her fingers and her toes and everything, and then be hiding out. I see you, Jackie bitch. I see you. You love the exposed game. If it ain't something sexual, you like that whole little exposed game. I see you, Jackie, bitch. Anyway, okay, so let's go to Phoebe's event. So we go to Phoebe's. Everything is kind of everything. OG shows up. Phoebe, you're canceled. Totally canceled, because this is time 2 now that you've been approached yet again about this song that you made about OG. And again, you have backpedaled and pussy pop and basically lied and say that the song is not about her. Whore, you're lying. You're lying. You were talking about her, bitch. You're canceled. Anyway, so she's like, girl, don't mess up my stuff. I got things riding on this. I ain't trying to be beefing with you out loud. I don't really do you, but I ain't trying to do all that. And I'm like, really? Whatever. So like I said, Phoebe, none of that even makes sense, because if you are so adamant that you don't want no smoke with her, why'd you ever even start it? Because you started it. Like, we were with you. I was like, okay, cool. You don't like her. Bitch, you want to throw shade at her. It is what it is. But remember, you started it. And girl, I don't even know at this point why you even started it. Like, anyway, bye. Anyhow, you're canceled. So that ended up going on. Then they start talking about the whole Kristen and OG and the receipts. But Jennifer, she gonna lead the charge. Now, you ain't been 20 minutes. Get back in the group where ain't nobody fucking with you. Now you gonna lead the charge. Girl, I like you and I rolls with you, so I want to put this out there. Oh no, the receipt ain't mine. I don't got the receipt. Kristen got it. So Kristen's like, she can see it if she wants, y'all. They was in the midst of it. And goddamn Cece walked through the door, and Phoebe was like, oh, I said, uh-huh. It was all going down, and everybody was present. So before they even look at her or anything, she says, listen, she's like, it is what it is. Cece's not your friend. You know, she was talking shit. This, that, thing, and the other. She's like, no, y'all are wrong. Cece is my friend. This, that, and the other. And then she says, let's just cut all the bullshit right here. Cece, is there anything that you said about me in the past that you would want to tell me or wouldn't want me to say or anything? Cece sat her raggedy ass there and said, no, no. 2 times she asked her. That horse said no. Kristen flipped that phone out of there. Honey, Cece was sitting up there looking stupid. And she was like, looking at it, a man, ugly, all that shit. And I was like, uh-huh. And Tammy got up. And Tammy, I said, here you go with your bullying ass. Tammy's like, oh, now Cece, girl, because she's like, I don't remember. And it couldn't be, maybe it's not authentic. And bitch, I was kind of with Tammy with that, but Tammy just jumped out there and like, girl, you wrote it. You typed it in a text message thing now. This shit's old and tired now, girl. You said it. So OG sitting there. OG was kind of hurt or whatever. And the next thing I know, Cece done eased on out the door. She said, I'm just over this. I'm leaving. And she left. I said, not leaving. But that's y'all's girl, Cece. That y'all say, oh, James, you just being hard on her. That's y'all's girl. Slid right out that damn door. Right out the door and left. After she called y'all friend ugly that y'all swore wasn't ugly. So I'm not the only one who thinks she's ugly. But anyway, I just is the one that didn't mind saying it. I'm admitting it. I said it. She's ugly. Anyway, so good thing came out of it. Kristen did go to OG and said, girl, I'm tired of beefing with you about nothing. It really is about nothing. I just felt like you need to know you riding for her. She ain't your friend. And OG's like, oh, well, whatever. And they kind of squashed it, but it's still like a little shade. They ain't going to be friends. But it is what it is. But good old CC done been exposed. I said, can't wait to talk to my people and see what y'all got to say. A mess. That whole thing, that was something. I was like, oh, when Jackie says a Ponderosa, they had a goddamn Ponderosa. That's what they had. And I was like, Last thing I'm talking about, and I'm going out of here, is dinner with the whole family, the whole O'Neill family. It was nice to see them sit down. Shaquille, big Shaquille, Shawnee, and all 5 kids. And they actually had dinner. And they were celebrating that Sharif is able to go. He passed all the stress tests and all that stuff. He's able to go back and play basketball. And then that damn Shaq had never have his big behind down there flirting with Shawnee. Shawnee's like, boy, please. But it was cute. It was really cute to see. There was a good episode for the O'Neill family. Like watching them, they had good scenes. The whole thing with Miles and Shawnee in the beginning. Then midway through, we saw Shawnee, at the doctor's with Sharif and getting that all together. And then we, seeing her checking out her little house and all that little stuff. And then seeing her and Shaquille be able to sit down and, nobody's arguing or fussing or fighting or looking broken or anything. And they just have their whole family going on. They talked about their businesses and it was cool. It was cool. And like I said, they had an actual Ponderosa down to Phoebe's show, honey. Now, Phoebe's performance, it was all right. But anyway, like I said, Phoebe, see, I used to like Phoebe. I was liking Phoebe, but she's canceled. Canceled. I'm out.